Hello. I'm here to talk a little bit about university alliances and university systems. So let me show you the slides. Right, here we are. So what I want to talk about is some example of university alliances and university systems. And I'm going to give these examples about New York University Systems, Asian University Alliance, and Berlin University Alliance, and NRW, which is a state in Germany University Alliance. So let's start with New York, maybe one of the more well-known university alliances is the New York City University System with the abbreviation CUNY, right? And this encompasses the large parts of the city of New York and ranges from the College of Staten Island in the southern end up to Lehman College in the northern end. This university system was established in 1961 with a dedicated purpose to provide for accessible education to the citizens of New York. So it encompasses 25 campuses, and between any two campuses, the commute is no more than 1.5 hours from Staten Island to Lehman, but usually the commuting is much faster so that students can move freely between campuses. And this alliance of universities has currently an overall enrollment of 275,000 students. That's more than 250,000 of students. And purpose is to have a common core of standardized courses. So basic courses are required by any university, and this should be kind of transferable. So the benefit for the universities is they can harness the synergy and thus save cost, and no need to rediscover the wheel for every new university, every new course. And for the benefit for the students is that they can simply transfer credits when they switch from one university to the other based on the courses having been standardized. So that's New York City. There's also New York State University System, which combines most of the universities and colleges in the state of New York, abbreviation SUNY. And this was established in 1948. It encompasses 400,000 students plus about 2 million adult education. That's an important trend in higher education to include lifelong learning for adults. And here in Korea, you may know that there's also a satellite campus of the New York State University System near Incheon. So another university system. In Asia, there's the Asian Universities Alliance, which you can see here. It was established in 2017, rather new. It includes 17 universities across Asia, and the headquarters currently, I think, in Beijing. And here in Korea, Seoul National University is part of that alliance. Now moving on to Germany, before I talk about German University Alliance, brief recap of the German university system, because there are two tiers of universities in Germany, which unfortunately in English are also called universities, but in Germany, there's a German language, there's an important distinction between them. They are Universitäten, and they're basically all the same level. That's because Germany is following the federal system politically, so that there's no big difference between the universities. So great prerequisites for university alliances. Well, to be fair, this has only been true until 2006, but I'll talk about that on a different opportunity. For example, Bayreuth University is one of these universities. And I mentioned that because maybe you know Ottfried, who is currently at University of Bayreuth. In Berlin, which is both a state and the city, the capital, you know, maybe famous universities, Freie Universität, Technical University, Humboldt University, Potsdam, Charité. And in North Rhine-Westphalia, the state where I come from, there's universities are Paderborn University, Bielefeld, Münster, Siegen, Hagen, and so on. Yeah, I graduated from Paderborn University. So these are universities, and these are, would like you to be aware, are different from Hochschulen, which are in English also called universities, but they follow a very different purpose. And for example, that is reflected by their usually cannot bestow PhD degrees, at least not alone, only in collaboration with a universität. Okay, for example, KAIST has an exchange agreement with Hochschule Furtwangen, and that's a Hochschule, not a Universität. Okay, so moving on, in Berlin, here's a map of Berlin, and Berlin with the universities I mentioned, and actually it has many more Hochschulen indicated with the letter H here. U means Universität, H means Hochschule, and R means Research Institute. So it's quite a large number. And indeed, some of them have formed an alliance. Freie Universität, Humboldt Universität, Technische Universität, and Charité formed the Berlin University Alliance with the purpose of crossing boundaries. And this alliance encompasses 110,000 students, 20% of them are international students, and 1,100 professors. They have joint degree programs, again, so that students can easily, for example, transfer credit. And they share infrastructure, for example, computing centers, and thus harness synergies again. So that's about Berlin. Now let's talk about North Rhine-Westphalia with the universities I mentioned here. So here's a larger map of North Rhine-Westphalia. And here are the universities of North Rhine-Westphalia, which have a total of almost 500,000 of students distributed over these universities. And now remember the distinction. There's also Hochschulen, and the Hochschulen have a total of 270,000 students. And there's a university alliance. Ruhr is the river that passes through Ruhrgebiet. And this university alliance includes roughly 1/8 of a million of students, so 1/4 of the overall number of students at all universities here are students in one of these alliance universities, 17% of them being international students. And yeah, this already concludes my brief survey of university alliances and university systems. Thanks for your attention.